Drop.
Love, I'll see you later. Love, I'll see you later. I'm busy chasing paper.
Hello, fly girls and fly guys. Welcome to the ButHerFly Boudoir. So today I am doing my very first ever show review. So I am going to be reviewing a show by the name of Chasing Dallas. Now, Chasing Dallas is an LGBT web series here on YouTube, and I love it. It is a part of the Chasing Reality franchise. They also have a Chasing Atlanta. Now, I watched a little bit of the first season of Chasing Dallas, but I never reviewed it. So this is my very first time reviewing Chasing Dallas or reviewing anything, period. And I'm very excited that Chasing Dallas is my very first review because the first episode gave me life. Do you hear me? Chasing Dallas has revamped the cast a little bit. There's some new faces this season. There's some old faces as well, but we're gonna meet everyone today. We're gonna get to know everyone. We're gonna get into the mess, the drama, the breeze, the sads, the highs, the lows, everything. We are gonna get into everything. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna kiki, we're gonna laugh, and I'm going to give you all of me. So if you guys are ready to get into it, let's get into it. First of all, let's get into this intro. Baby, yes! I'm loving the new intro sound. Listen, that chop and screw sound.
Life is what you make it, life what you make.
Yes! Listen, Texas is known for the chop and the screw sound. They're known for the slow down music, so I'm all here for it. When they came on, I was like, So this background music, I'm loving the background music that's playing during and in between scenes and shots. So as the show was opening up, there was a song being played and it's called Heavy. I don't know if it's by a group or if it's a solo artist, but the name is Powers. So that might be a group, but the name of the song is called Heavy. You know we do that when we don't know the words. We just hum it. I went and downloaded that song and I got it in my phone. The show opens up with Reese G, and he's on his way to therapy, and he's just recapping on last season on how he felt people were coming for him and attacking him, and so that kind of had an effect on him, and so he just needs to clear his mind, regroup, gather himself, and the best way for him to do it is to go to therapy. So I am not knocking anyone who feels they need to go to therapy. Sometimes you just need someone to listen and give sound and good advice. So I'm all up for Reese going to therapy to heal himself. If that will make him feel better, become a better person, have a different positive outlook on life, go for it. So next we get introduced to Markel. I loved his confessional look. It was brown on brown, brown everything. The background was brown, he's brown, the shirt was brown. I liked it. I thought it was a look. So Markel is talking about his book and how he has turned it into a movie. Now, he did throw a little bit of shade at Q from Chasing Reality or Chasing Atlanta. Now, I like Q, I really do. I love his personality. He's so upbeat and bubbly and just full of life. So I like Q. So I didn't too much care for the shade that he threw at Q. I really didn't even understand why he even brought Q up, because they're talking about your book. So if you're talking about me and giving me an opportunity to promote my book, to promote myself to people so they can go buy my book, I'm not gonna bring up somebody else's book. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's just gonna put an idea in somebody else's. Oh, let me go check out his book. No, ma'am. I ain't talking about nobody else's book. I'm gonna talk about my product. you know, so I just thought that was kind of pointless shade, but you know, it makes for good TV. It looks like Markel was setting up for like a private screening of his show. He was putting out chips, I believe. I haven't seen his film. I believe it's called Crowned. I haven't read the book either. So if anyone has read the book or saw the movie, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Sometimes movies don't really live up to the book. You know, most of the time you read the book first, and then when you see the movie, it's like, I think the book was better. But if you guys have read the book and seen the movie, let me know what you think, which one was better, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't, if you think he needs to just get out of book writing, just let me know what y'all think. So next we get introduced to George. So George, his confessional look was serving Anthony Hamilton vibes. I was very much so getting Anthony Hamilton, and I wasn't mad at it. So George works in the funeral home business. I don't know if I don't know what he does in the business. I just know that's what he does. That's where he works. So there was a service going on, and he stated he's from Shreveport, that's in Louisiana, and they have a ceremony called a crowning ceremony during a funeral where they place a crown on the body. And he said it was a down south thing, and I'm from down south. I haven't been to too many funerals, but the funerals that I've been to, I haven't seen that. I have extended family in Louisiana, so I may have to give them a call and be like, hey, you ever heard of this crowning ceremony? Because I've seen some reviews on Chasing Dallas that nobody has heard of a crowning ceremony. So I'm not saying, you know, it was just put on for the show, but ain't nobody heard of it. After the funeral service, he gets a FaceTime from Markel, and Markel is inviting him to this tattoo event. So they're just talking about it, and George is like, who's putting it on? Where is it? This and that, this and that. And, you know, they're just talking about the event, and George decides to go, and that's what it is. So now we get a little break from the show, and we get introduced to Imani Van Zap. And she is here to fix your shits. I was like, yes, Miss Imani Van Zap. Okay. So she's going to be a commentator throughout the season, and I'm excited to see her. I love the setup. Like, pink is my favorite color, so I love that background, the flowers, the vases. Like, I loved it. It was very pretty. It's very nice on the eyes. I'm very interested to see what she is going to talk about. She didn't really say anything about this episode. She's just letting us know what she's going to be doing for future episodes. So I'm really interested in knowing more about Miss Imani Van Zap. So I'm here for it, girl. So next we meet Ariel, O'Hara, and Dior. Now let me just say, I automatically took a liking to Ariel because my name is Ariel. My name is spelled with 2 R's. Hers is spelled with 1. But I have people who call me Ariel. So when I tell them my name is Ariel, they still end up saying Ariel. So I immediately took a liking to Miss Ariel O'Hara. She's on her way to meet up with Dior. It's actually Dior King Beautiful. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Dior King Beautiful. She's going to his apartment. He just moved, so she's going to check it out, and they're just going to catch up. Now, when she gets to the door and he opens it up, the first thing she says is, "Hey, boo, where Craig at?" Now, immediately, I thought about the movie Friday. As soon as somebody says Craig, and they say it like that, Craig, that's immediately what you think of, right? Listen, when she said that, I thought of ding 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 ding. You know what it is. Like, as soon as you hear that part, you know what song it is. I don't even know the artist anymore who sings that song. Just as soon as I hear ding 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 ding, I already know. Like, come on now. So immediately I'm thinking, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Tell that to give you some money. Like, come on. classic. They're just sitting down, chit-chatting. There wasn't really a lot going on in this scene. Ariel is a seamstress and a designer. I don't want to say her main thing, but one of her big things is designing prom dresses. So she said prom season is like income tax season for her. And baby, income tax season is right around the corner because we are at the end of January. You know them W-2s be coming around February. Prom season is one of her biggest money makers, and they showed some of her dresses and they are beautiful. They're gorgeous. When they're spread out on the ground, they're beautiful. So I can tell they have long trains, you know, they're very beautiful. Her designs are very beautiful. Her confessional look, she had this red glitter sparkly number with cutouts. I'm pretty sure that's a design of her own. So she very much so has the fashion sense. Dior King Beautiful. He is a hairstylist. He's worked with T.S. Madison. I'm sure we all know who T.S. Madison is. So they're both on a level. They're on a certain level already. So they're very much so chasing their dreams, and they're in their dreams. They're living it. So they're basically just catching up with one another. They're talking about some of the cast members and if they know them. They brought up Reese G, and neither one of them had met him yet. They brought up King Kane. They haven't met him. Now, a lot of people are saying Ariel was throwing shade at King Kane. I honestly didn't get that. Okay, so Dior was asking her if she had heard of him, and she said no. I mean, if you don't know somebody, you say no. Dior was like, oh, I thought you might know him. With you being a fashion designer and him being a designer, you know, you guys might maybe run in the same circles. I was like, I ain't heard of him. What does he do? So I really didn't think it was shade. I mean, she just didn't know him, you know? I don't know, maybe if it was the way that she said it, people may have took it as shade. I really didn't think it was shade. I wasn't really getting that vibe from her. We'll see how she is in future episodes, but I don't think she was being shady. And if it comes off as shade, I don't think she was doing it purposely. So that was pretty much it with them. That scene was very, you know, low-key. They weren't really given too much, and that's what it was. Next, we meet Carrie D. Now, baby, I immediately fell in love with Carrie D. Carrie D is a singer-songwriter, and I myself am a songwriter. Now, I don't sing, which may be kind of weird because most songwriters can sing, but baby, my vocal ability is not there. I started doing music maybe about 5 years ago. I was a rapper, but I discovered that I never really liked being on the stage. I liked being behind the scenes as a writer for other people. So that's when I stopped doing music for myself. Well, I still record tracks, but I'm not out there performing and all that stuff. I really don't have a passion to perform. I just love to write. So when I saw Carrie D, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like him. Now, I don't know if Carrie is Caucasian or if he's Latin. He kind of gives off both. Like, he could be both or maybe mixed. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying he kind of has that look where it could be either or. We meet Carrie. He's in his living room with Lyndon James. I believe he's a songwriter as well. They work together and they're working on a new song for him. Now, Carrie has a current project out. It's called DNA. They were playing some of his music, they were playing some of his videos, and he has a very beautiful voice. He can do all these beautiful runs, and he's just very, very, very much so full of talent. We got to get into this song that him and Lyndon were working on. Now, I need this song because, baby, that beat was everything. As a songwriter, I'm very much so into instrumentals. Melodic type of beats, like, yes. But let's get into this. Like, I wrote the lyrics down. We're going to break these lyrics down and we're going to get into some things with Carrie. Before he started singing the song, he was talking about it and how it's different from his previous songs on DNA. And people may be kind of surprised. He was like, but this is definitely one of those songs where it's going to hit you in your mouth. I love He's gonna hit you in your mouth. The song starts out with, I can tell you're ready, baby. I expect expert level fucking me. Ooh, wait a minute, Carrie D. Now he said, I can tell you're ready, babe. I expect expert level fucking me. Listen, this right here is A1. So if you're gonna mess with me, I'm expecting your expert level to be up there, like expertise, past intermediate. You feel me? Yes, Carrie. Let them know what it is. Keep me coming so you know that I'm loving it, babe. If you eat it right, then I'll open up, baby. Listen, Carrie said, what the fuck Carrie said? Carrie said, keep me coming so you know I'm loving it. If you eat it right, then I'll open up. Double meaning. That has a double meaning. If you eat it right, then I'll open up. I'll open up mentally, emotionally. I will give you my heart. I will let you in and let you know what I'm all about. Also, if you eat it right, I'll open up and you can get all this goodness. Now, he paused a little bit because I guess for a couple seconds. So I guess he didn't have anything for maybe like 5 seconds in the song. So I added just a little piece in there. So he was like, arching my back, daddy attack. It's all yours. Turn off the phones, lock all the doors. Now we're on the floor. So now Carrie said, arching my back, daddy attack. It's all yours. And then he paused. He had that. So I put in, turn off the phones, lock all the doors. Now we're on the floor. Yes, we don't want no interruptions. Ain't nobody calling. Ain't nobody coming over. We about to get it in on this floor and all over the house. He ends it with, if you with it, I'm with it. If you want it, you can get it as long as you. I need that song. I need you. Go ahead, record it. Put it on iTunes, Spotify, do all that. I need that. I'm very much so into Carrie D. I definitely want to see his journey and his growth. I want to see him in the studio. I want to see performances. Like, I want to see him really grinding. And he seems like he's not the type that's messy. Like, he's not all about the drama and the reads. I could be wrong, but he really has a lot of talent. So I really think that he's focused on that. And I really don't see him into the mess. Now, maybe later on down, he may read a bitch or two if he got to. Because, you know, if we got to, you know, we may step out of character for a little bit. But Carrie seems really, really sweet and genuine and talented. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring this season. So now we have another commercial break, and it's Reese G. And I thought this was so cute. Like, his little tagline. Hey y'all, it's Reese G, not Cardi B, but I still get to the money. Oh, I thought it was so cute. It's Reese G, not Cardi B, but I still get to the money. Oh, that was cute. I like it. So next we get to the tattoo event. Okay, so this is where we're introduced to Trey. So Trey is a tattoo artist, and he's having a tattoo event, tattoo party at his place of business. So he introduces us to, I believe her name is Tiffany. She's the owner of a business called Drunken Fruits, and that is Capri Suns for adults. Adult Capri Suns, baby. I want some of that. I'm going to need her to franchise that. If it's not already, I'm going to have to look it up. Is it just in Texas? Like, I'm going to need her to come over here with some of them adult Capri Suns. That is a dope idea. Like, I've never heard of that. Adult Capri Suns. Shout out to Drunken Fruit. So Markel shows up first to the tattoo event. Then George shows up. Now George brings a friend along with him. Now I thought the friend looked like Charles from season 1. That's just the resemblance that I saw. I don't know about y'all. What do y'all think? So George tries to shade where the tattoo location is. It's in the ghetto, it's in the hood. Now he tries to say, I don't think there's any reviews on yet. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the website called Yelp. Like, I know it's spelled Y-E-L-P. There's an L in that, so it's Yelp, not Yelp. Don't try to shade nobody, George, if you ain't saying it right, because then you just look. Then we see Reese G and King Kane show up together. Now, this confessional look for King Kane, I really liked it. I loved the black crown that he had on. It looked like it was leather. I really liked that. He had it tilted to the side, had a little fishnet on. I liked it. I liked that look. So everybody's there. They're hugging, hey, you know, all that good stuff. And so now George is asking everyone, what do they do? So George starts off first saying that he's in the funeral home business. He has multiple streams of income. So then King Kane goes and he says he's a fashion designer. And then George says, oh, what's the name of your line? I didn't know you were a fashion designer. And Kane says, King Kane Clothing. You didn't know that? George says, no, I ain't never heard of you. And then Kane is like, oh, that's strange because you follow me on Instagram. And then George is like, I follow you, not your line. So then Kane is like, if you follow me, then you follow my line because I'll post on my page. And then it's just like a back and forth between the two. George is like, oh, those are your designs? I thought that was your everyday wear. Like, so they just throwing digs back and forth at each other, and you know, George is acting like he doesn't know Kane, and Kane is like, okay, I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get some camera time off of me. You doing stunts and shows. You know who I am because you've seen the first season. You was in the first season at Reese's event, the Easter egg hunt, so you know who I am. So again, people may know of you, they may have heard your name, but that doesn't mean they know what you do or they've seen your designs or whatever products that you sell. I don't know. It is what it is. But in this case, I don't know. George was at Reese's event last season, so I mean, he knows of Kane. I don't know. They were just going back and forth, and it was just a good kiki. So then Markel goes to get his nose pierced, and George comes back there, and he's like, where is that going? Pointing to the needle that Trey has in his hand, and he's like, that's going up his nose. Don't you know that? You use this, right? You're an undertaker. George is like, no, I'm not an undertaker. So Trey's like, well, you a funeral director? I'm not that either. What the hell do you do? I'm like, yes, come on now. Like, this was great. So just a little back and forth between Trey and George. So come to find out, Trey and George have a little bit of a history. They kind of know each other. So Trey said they met each other a while ago at a club. George was trying to holler, and I don't know. Then they showed Markel saying how George is known for trying to take people's man, trying to flirt with people's man. And then Markel said he tried it before. Got in that ass though. So does that mean George tried to get at Markel's man and Markel had to shut that shit down? I don't know, but you know, it was just cute. It was just some cute banter going back and forth. And the episode closed with Aubrey and Reese G kind of getting into it. Now, I don't really know the full backstory on why Aubrey and Reese are at odds with each other. I know a little bit of it. I know Gardini has something to do with it. Gardini had a conversation saying that Reese should bring Aubrey back. People want Aubrey back on the show. I'm not sure why Aubrey and Reese fell out. Honestly, I didn't watch every single episode in season 1, so I don't know how they got into it. I do remember seeing on the reunion, Aubrey had said something like, once you backstab me, that's it. And Reese was like, backstab is a strong word. So I don't know the full extent of why they fell out and what's going on. But Aubrey and Reese, they kind of exchanged words in the parking lot. and they shook hands at the end of it, and it was basically like, you go your way, I'm gonna go my way, I'm not gonna speak on you, and you don't speak on me. And that's what it was. So that was the episode, the first episode of season 2 of Chasing Dallas. I loved it, absolutely. 100%, from the intro to the music, the B-roll footage and transitions, like, was beautiful. Like, the footage was amazing. Like, you could tell like they progressed, which is natural. Over time, the more you do stuff, the more experience you're gonna get and the better product is gonna be put out. And you can definitely tell that they have grown very much from season 1. The quality is A1. I love this. So I'm very excited to start reviewing Chasing Dallas. I'm very excited to be here with you guys every single week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. If you have anything to say about my commentary, you want to talk about anything that I said, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are not a fly girl or a fly guy yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and add me on Snapchat at Madame _ButHerFly. All right, guys, until next time, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay fly.